Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of Friday. Ken, what are we calling this show? Friday New Release Day, right? New prog, new metal, new power and prog metal, new fusion. I don't even know what. Ken Golden's here with us as always.
How about the Ken Golden? He's the greatest guy in the world day show.
There you go. Ken's Friday Day. New Release Day with Ken, right? Yeah, whatever we
There
call
you go.
it.
There you go.
Yeah, so Ken, every Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ken and I will be here specifically for Ken to tell you about all the new releases that are coming out today that he's got available to sell you today, or even if you wherever you want to buy them. We're not telling you where you need to buy them, but Ken's got all these at a very fair price. He ships out quick, but if you have your preferred seller, that's fine too. But it's more important, we're trying to help out the bands to let everybody know that their new albums are out. So with all that, I'll turn it over to Ken for this week's festivities. The new goodies that come out today.
We should note, if you buy from somebody else, you might develop pus warts. But other than that, okay. So I don't have any visual aids for these first few things to talk about because they're not out yet. And I'm going to mention two new pre-orders which we started today. One is for a new live album from Derek Sherinian and Simon Phillips. Has a very creative title of Live, Sherinian Phillips Live. They are accompanied by Ron Bumblefoot Thal and Rick Virabracci. And it's a live recording. It's going to be on a jewel case CD. There's going to be a digipack that we'll bring in from Germany, and there's also going to be a single LP black vinyl. Next thing is a new rock opera from Neil Morse called The Dream, Joseph Part 1, coming out on Frontiers, CD and vinyl. It's going to be, I assume, along the lines of the Jesus Christ the Exorcist, something like that, with different vocalists taking on different parts. Those are the new pre-orders for
Ken, just real quick. So why you hear a lot about pre-orders these days? Why is it important to take note of pre-orders, right?
So for our more in-demand titles, we like doing pre-orders. Well, I mean, honestly, it's a pain, but it's really important for us because a lot of this stuff, we have to gauge the interest from our customers. And we want to have enough. We don't want to have too few, and we don't want to have too many. So pre-orders help us gauge interest. And let's say we have to bring something in from Germany, and we get 10 pre-orders for something, and then ultimately I have 50 people that want it, but I've only brought in 25. It doesn't help me. And it doesn't help the customers. So then I got to restock, and it's more expensive. So pre-orders are a good thing for us, and also it guarantees the customer that they're going to get it. So we know that a lot of our customers don't like to do it, but we try and get them to come around to doing it, and I think more and more they are. It's an important part of our business. We don't do it for everything. I'm not, just the average title. We could restock pretty quickly. There's no problem, but particularly very expensive items. I don't want to be living with a mountain of a Devin Townsend box set, for example. At the same time, we have a lot of Devin Townsend fans that buy from us. We want to make sure that we service them. So pre-orders are.
I think another big part of it too is a lot of these record labels are only producing X amount of physical copies, right? So how often do you hear, I'll use Inside Out Frontiers as an example, a year and a half after an album has come out, they stop making copies of it. It's done. It's
Let me tell you something. I hate to point fingers, but I'm going to point a finger. Is Frontiers. Frontiers, they supply their U.S. distributor with a very limited stock, and it doesn't mean that the titles go out of print, but they don't restock them. So you see something like Neil, like we're talking about Neil's album, 3-4 months from now, it could just be gone, and then I've got to go bring it in from Europe, and then it's going to be much more expensive. So the Inside Out's pretty good. If something's limited, it's limited and it's gone. and that's it. They don't play games. But generally, Inside Out has pretty deep inventory, and we deal with them constantly. The U.S. with their U.S. Distributor, the Orchard, because they're owned by Sony, which owns the Orchard, and also with their German warehouse. So we're constantly bringing in stuff from Inside Out. So we try and stay on top of it. Frontier's is a little harder because they go through the Orchard and they send over whatever they send over. And when it's gone, it's gone. Like that new 0 Hour album, I can't get it.
Wow. It's not that long ago it came out either, right?
I don't know. Remember when it came out? Was it like the end of last year or middle of
Yeah,
last year?
it was in the last fall. Yeah, it's not that long.
Gone. I mean, I'll probably be able to source copies from Europe, and it's gonna go from $13 to $18. I don't like doing it. I don't like paying more, and I don't like charging more, but I have to. So, yeah. So pre-ordering, it's a good thing. So, and we're doing this 35 years. We're a pretty trusted source. If you pre-order something from us, I think it's pretty safe to say you're going to get it. With one caveat, we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes. So, actually, I might as well get to it. New releases for the week. We have the new Eloy album, Echoes from the Past. We have the CD in stock. We're shipping. There was a problem on the vinyl. We took pre-orders for the white vinyl. There was a bit of a disconnect between the U.S. distributor and the label that they're sorting out. We're going to be getting in red vinyl. So there's going to be a little delay because they're coming from Germany. So if you pre-ordered it, you're getting it. You might get white. Good chance you're going to get red, but you're going to get it. So next thing that I wanted to mention that I don't have to hold up because it's in transit and will be arriving today, sometime today. We've been taking pre-orders on the new Frost live album called Island Live. So that will be here at some point. Next will be showing up and we'll be shipping them out. And that should be a good seller for us. Next thing, moving over to the metal side, I'm going to be jumping back and forth here. New studio album from Pyramaze.
Oh.
And, very good power prog metal band, tasty stuff. Band I don't know a lot about. You probably could tell me more. Fifth Angel, anyone from Fifth Angel?
Yeah, I mean, geez, they've been around forever, right? It's kind of like a power metal thrash hybrid band. Yeah.
Did they do the theme song for Howard Stern's TV show?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think it was Fifth Angel, but I could be wrong about it.
And what aren't they on? What label are they on, Ken? Is that
Nuclear? They're actually Nuclear Blast.
Yeah, I thought it was Nuclear Blast and Napalm, one of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called When Angels Kill.
It's a pretty good album cover on there. Huh? It's good artwork.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty cool, and it's a. I'm getting a little glare. It's I think it's supposed to be it's a concept album. So next one, this is really sexy looking. You guys are going to get really excited when you see what I'm going to.
And you are correct. They did the song for Howard Stern's TV show in the early '90s.
I remember that. So all right, so guys, you're going to get really excited when I show you what I got here. Look at this. Wow, a box. Pineapple Thief, 8 CD art book.
Wow.
How do we find it's an 8 CD art book. How do we find our way? And I'm sorry, but I'm not taking it out of the mailer to show you. This is how they ship them to us. So, this is how we ship them. Nice bumpers, very well protected. So, and new one from Terramaze from Australia.
Oh, here you go.
Aggressive, a little bit of thrash in there, right?
Gent,
Good band. People love them. Next one, one of my favorite bands from Germany, Kron. This is a live recording from 1975, an archival live recording. This was just killer set. This was actually this was when they were a 5-piece, which was kind of a short-lived lineup when they had the sax player and keyboard player. Great.
How was that compared to their Kron live album, which is really, really good?
yeah, this might take the cake. This is a little later. This got, this is more like towards like Wiederhoren, stuff like that. Which actually I kind of like a little better, but I like it all. I like it all. It's all good stuff.
Good band.
Next one that I mentioned. This is a weird album. Outlanders. So that doesn't mean anything to you, right? But I'll tell you who's playing on this album. It was conceived by Tarja, the former singer from Nightwish, right? And an EDM musician, Torsten Stenzel. And playing on the album, you guys might recognize a few of their names. Walter Giardino, Trevor Rabin, Al Di Meola, Vernon Reid, Steve Rothery, Joe Satriani, Marty Friedman, Bumblefoot, Mike Oldfield, Jennifer Batten. Those are just some of the names. So it's a project where Tarja and this Torsten dude, they got together, and I believe she invited her favorite guitarist, or the label invited their favorite guitarist to play on the tracks. So so it's something a little different. It's not metal, but it's got some real tasty guitar work. So that's and it's done on the name of Outlanders.
Okay.
Next one, reissue on CD and colored vinyl. Reissue of the Flower Kings, The Sum of No Evil. So Flower Kings have been Ronnie Stoll, he's basically been doing these partial remixes and remastering. And I think it's mostly with the rhythm section or so, with the drumming. I'm not sure 100%, where they've done a partial remix, and they've been reissuing the catalog slowly but surely. So this was The Sum of No Evil, and they have a new studio album which is going to be coming up soon. So
they're like clockwork, the Flower Kings.
Before you know it, we'll be taking pre-orders. Next one, this one came as a total surprise to me. We have it on CD and vinyl. New live album from PFM called The Event, with special guest Matteo Mancuso, guitar player that I know Eric Porter goes crazy over, right?
He's amazing player.
Yeah, and keyboard player Luca Zabini, who has a band called Baroque Project. Some of you guys might know Baroque Project. So good symphonic prog band from Italy. So yeah, they kind of, they do the classics that you expect, that they've been doing forever. Plus it's got some of the new stuff, some of the newer material on here as well. So we've got on CD and we've got double vinyl. Got a DVD, and I have to warn people it's PAL format, so make sure if you buy it, make sure you can play it. So we ain't taking it back if you can't. The Best of 2 Days Prague +1 Festival. It's an ongoing festival. This is from 2022. Features Polish band Retrospective, British band The Fierce and the Dead, a band you guys may have heard of called Atomic Rooster. Hawkman's on here. Godsticks, a British band. Asia Minor from France. Magenta's on here. Gong is on here. German band Seven Steps to the Green Door. Pain of Salvation's former bass player Christopher Gildenlow. British band Solstice, and Tangerine Dream. So this is from this is basically highlights from the 2022 festival. It's a double DVD.
I have to ask, who the hell is playing an Atomic Rooster? They're all dead.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't say.
Not that that's funny, but I'm just like, geez, like who is carrying on the name of that? Because
they do Death Walks Behind You. So
because Vincent's gone, John's gone, the drummer's gone. Who else could be it? I don't know. That's bizarre.
I don't think it's called Palmer.
No.
Yeah. Next thing that I liked, we had this in for 5 minutes. It sold out immediately, and I just got to restock. A really good Italian band. It's a collaboration, actually. Moro Martello and Senzione Fernante. Senzione Fernante, we've sold some of their CDs in the past. This is a collaboration between the two. He's a reed player. Really good, solid Italian vocals. This is that classic what people call like RPI, rock progressivo Italiano. Kind of like a 70s throwback. Lino Veretti from Osana is a guest on here as well. Really Really good album. From Chile, second album from Aceta. They are very much along the lines of Universe Zero, kind of chamber rock, dark, Universe Zero, Art Zoid. Really, really good. Well, I think we talked about it last week, but just to prove the point that we have them and we're shipping. Gentle Giant interview.
There we go.
So we have just the single CD version and the CD Blu-ray, which has all kinds of stuff like high res, 5.1.
Dolby Atmos, and instrumental mixes,
all
all
that
sorts of fun stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it yet. You reviewed it, right?
yeah, it's quite good.
This is a rare vinyl one, very limited. Porcupine Tree, Coma Coda, red vinyl, and I think it was released last year, and it didn't go into distribution. They Snapper offered us a small quantity, so we snapped them up. So anything Porcupine Tree is always in demand. So that's and I believe, I'm not mistaken, it's a double live album. Another vinyl, and this is kind of an oddball one. This is an album that actually has been on my want list for years and years and years. It's a jazz album, but not a straightforward jazz album. J&F Quintet, Contrast. So they were a Swiss quintet and kind of an oddball. I mean, they call it fusion, but it's more of like an electric jazz album. And there's some real weirdness going on this record. It's just a quirky, just cool soulful jazz, modal, just got some odd stuff going on. They did an amazing job. They found the band and they had the original analog master tapes, and they did a fantastic transfer. If you're an audiophile, this one will really test your system. It's great recording. That's like the new stuff. Two other things I wanted to point out. We got two really great cheapies. If you have a hole in your collection for Agusa, we got cheap copies of Tfa, their second album.
It's quite good.
And then their former bass player Tobias was involved in this band that I like a lot, Napalm Death, which sounds like it's like a death metal band. It's this really cool psychedelic band. It's like recorded like in an ashram or something like that. It's pretty. You could definitely, like when you open it up, you could practically smell the reefer. It's pretty stoned out. It's really, really good. And we have them cheap. I think they're like $6 or so.
Napalm Death.
Napalm Death. They're working on a new album. Isn't that clever? Napalm Death. Napalm. And the last thing I want to mention, I just want to tease people with this. We can't sell it yet, but we just got our shipment of the CD. The new one from Agusa, well, Prima Materia. Only 4 tracks long, and I've been told it's their best one yet. But what else are they going to tell me, right?
Yeah.
And we'll start selling it. The street date is July 14th. We'll start selling it early July. So and the vinyl is. I think they've told me the vinyl is going to be a little late, but I would think we'll see the vinyl by the end of July as well. So yeah, that's what I got for the week.
Something good to look forward to. So. And as always, if you want to purchase any of these or pre-order any of these, Ken's got lasercd.com. We'll put the link to his website below, as well as this full list of releases that Ken showed and talked about today. We'll have that all in the comments for you, pinned at the top, easy to find. And we'll see everybody back here next week, right? So.
Yep, absolutely. We'll have a new batch.
Cool. Sounds good. So thanks for watching. Happy shopping, everybody. And visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Remember, lasercd.com is the website to go to. And information on the releases will be below. And we'll see you again same time next week for another round of new releases for Ken Golden. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you, see you tomorrow. We've got... another edition of my favorite 30 progressive rock albums of the 70s. We've got Sunday. We've got double duty on Sunday. I'll be ranking the catalog of Griffin, great British medieval prog folk band, whatever you want to call them, as well as we got the Curse of the Collector coming up Sunday evening as well. So thanks for watching, everybody. See you next Friday here alongside Ken Golden. I am Pete Pardo. Have a good one.
Thanks.